Alright, everybody, welcome back.
Afternoon. The destruction of the World Stone does not bode well for our world, but I'll try not to worry. After all, we have warriors like you fighting for us and for the light. Farewell.
Farewell, Quail. So I apologize, Mala had something else to say about this as well, and I can't get it back. I went to her to get something, and I didn't realize there was more dialogue here. Sorry.
You have done the impossible, hero. Your defeat of the last of the three primevals is a great victory for the light. Strange that you say that the World Stone must be destroyed. The prophecies said nothing about that. Perhaps all we have fought for will be lost. Or perhaps we'll never need fight again.
So just before we continue, just to reiterate, what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to look up what story stuff has been discovered in Diablo Immortal up to this point, so I can see whether or not it's even worth doing a playthrough of. If not, then what I'm just going to simply do is we'll just go to Diablo 3, and I'll tell you what happens in the story of Diablo Immortal that's supposed to take place in between this game and Diablo 3. So
the ancients themselves will envy our songs about you. Please, don't forget about us. Farewell, my friend.
Farewell, my friends. Perhaps you will hear more from the priests of Rathma later. Even some of my apprentices, and maybe even another young upcoming priest of Rathma. Maybe she will someday return here to Ariat to aid those who must help against the forces of evil that remain. But until then, farewell. That's my Zool. Thank you. So there's one last thing we need to do. Let's go back to the rogue encampment. Hey, our buddies. So by the way, I found out something. By the way, also, Kasia is in Diablo Immortal as well, and so is Deckard Cain. Also, our buddy Wareve here makes an appearance in Diablo 3. If you're wondering when, I'll try and, well, let's just say I find a journal by him, and I'll try and play for you in that game, if I can. So, anyways. Let's see. If I recall how to do this correctly. That's right. Let's... You know, I'm just curious. What would happen if I was to say... Oh, I don't know. Take the Haradra Cube and include both Wurt's Leg and a Tome of Town portal. My goodness. So yes, this is the rather famous Secret Cow level. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. The thing that I love about this is it's not just the, oh, look, it's a bunch of cows because we had to... So... I guess I should give you guys a little bit of a history lesson in case you're wondering about this. So back in the original Diablo, people during the age of the rumor, because this was back then, it was the late 90s, we didn't have the internet to be able to either prove or unprove certain rumors that were going around back in the day. So rumors would spread about things, and people would just be so vehement about it, but there was nothing to prove or disprove it to be true or not true on the internet like there is today. Like, if Diablo 1 came out today, and people were like, man, there's something with the cows, just do it in a certain combination, touch them in a certain way, there's some kind of secret involving the cows. Today, people could easily be able to look up and be like, no, there isn't. There is nothing with the cows. There never was back then. But back then, people couldn't be able to figure that out. But rumors just spread like wildfire that there was something up with the cows in the town of Tristram. So the devs decided when they got around to making Diablo 2, they decided to have some fun with that. So they came up with this, and so what the voices are, the moos you're hearing, moo, 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 those are the developers. So what I've heard is that what basically happened was they got together, they went to the office with a microphone, and they were like, hey guys, come here. And they kind of like told everybody in the office to come around, circle around, and like some kind of microphone. They all just kind of like started doing like just moo, 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 moo. Just all different kinds of moos to work it into this part here. What's hilarious to me is when they died, they do the different kinds of moo, or moo, or moo. Just the way they sound when they're dying doing those moos is just so funny. But just like as you're going, they're just going moo, 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 moo. There's tons of them. They're relatively easy to take down and kill. And as you can imagine, this is considered a pretty good spot to farm. It was back in the day in Diablo 2, and I can tell you in Diablo 3, it is also just as nice to farm as well. I don't have everything I need to showcase this level at will in Diablo 3. I am missing one very important piece, and I have been farming it like crazy, and I just have not gotten it to drop yet. I will be able to show you guys the vault, because I do have the... I have a couple of puzzle rings in my stash, but I don't have the bovine thing in order to show you the cow level in D3. I'm working on it. I just need one piece from the ice caverns, and I can't get it to drop. I'm working on it, but as you can see, like, usually this is supposed to be a pretty nice place to farm, because you go here, you find a lot of dead bodies, which drops loot. The cows just went nuts. Hey, it's the Cow King! The Cow King! He is immune to lightning, magic resistant, and lightning enchanted. Moo, 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 moo. Moo, 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 moo. Moo, 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 moo. Moo. Like, I'm sorry, this is just way too funny. Like, if it's one thing if it's just kind of a funny little gag, but the fact that they tried to make it a worthwhile place to farm, I really appreciate that. They also did the same thing with Whimsyshire. Like, Whimsyshire was just kind of a funny little gag, but it didn't really make it worth your time. There were times I would run through Whimsyshire and, like, nothing would drop. Like, barely any loot would drop. Now, they have changed it where, like, tons of loot and gold drop there. It is a fantastic place to farm. An absolutely fantastic place to farm. So I would also love to show you guys Whimsyshire again, even though I did show it to you guys in my original Diablo 3 playthrough. Because I actually had a rainbow goblin show up and the portal opened up there. So when I'm out doing bounties and rifts in D3, sometimes I'll actually on occasion get a goblin to show up and open a portal to the cow level. But it doesn't happen all that often. I'm just going to shut up and just let you guys enjoy the moos. I should also make a note that the only way you can do this is after you have actually beaten the game. You have to beat Act 5 in order to be able to access this. It won't work if you try it before then. And again, the only things you need are Wurt's legs, so gotta make sure you grab that when you're at the farm. Or not the farm. When you go to Tristram to save Cain, make sure you grab that. And a Toma Town portal, and that's it. That's all you need. Alright, so just for funsies. Whoops. Here's what I'm going to do. So, rather than the golem, eight, 7.
I need mana.
Hold on. Oh, F4. My skeletons have returned with a vengeance! I miss my skeletons.
Not enough mana.
Whoops.
Not enough mana.
See, this was another reason why I started going away from the skeleton build and the stuck with the golem was the amount of mana it cost to keep re-summoning my skeletons. So as much fun as it is to have an army of skeletons, it definitely costs a lot of mana. And they definitely go down faster than my golem does. So yeah, you can definitely say that I, without question, fell in love with the Blood Golem build. Especially when it comes to the boss fights. For these trash, yeah, sure. As long as you have enough mana potions, go ahead and go with mass skeletons. You know, because you'll have plenty of corpses to keep resummoning them, but what you're gonna end up needing is a lot of mana. Ooh, that's a unique. I'll have to have that get identified. And you can notice that this map is pretty big with lots of chests. I mean, that's the idea, that if they're going to have you find this level, they want to make sure that it's worth your while. Lots of stuff to get, lots of stuff to farm. So yeah, there are times like this. I actually do end up enjoying the way the Necromancer, especially the summoning Necromancer, was in this compared to in D3, where I can't have this many skeletons up, and I can't be able to really make my golem stronger. Like, in some ways, like, I absolutely do wish the Necromancer in D3 could be, at least when it comes to the summoning part, could be like it is here in this game. Like, being able to have, like, this many skeletons as my army, and a really strong golem, where I could be able to level it and make it super strong, where it could be able to tank battles for me. You know, I would have liked that in Diablo 3. But they didn't go that way. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's great to be able to have, like, 7 up at all time, no matter what. But being able to buff them, make them stronger, have more than, you know, be able to have a lot more than you probably would be able to do or get. You know, you guys know what I'm saying. So yeah, you guys can probably get the idea. So I think that's a good note to end on here. This has been my playthrough of Diablo 2 Resurrected, and I can understand why at times this playthrough would not have been very enjoyable to watch with me running around, but at the same time, I was kind of wanting to show off the way the game looked now in this remake. Because I'm sure some people were curious how it looked and such. Plus me getting to, you know, learn and experience it for the first time. You know, I'm glad I did. I'm glad I can be able to say I've done this, you know. So anyways, more than likely, the next time we delve into Diablo will be once again back in Diablo 3, as I would like to do, and I've been kind of prepping for it, another playthrough, an alternate playthrough of Diablo 3, before we prep for Diablo 4 sometime next year. I think they just announced it's going to come out in 2023. And if you're going, but wait a minute, how can you do an alternate playthrough of Diablo 3? Well, I'll try to explain when we get there. In the meantime, this was my playthrough as a summoning Necromancer in Diablo 2 Resurrected, and I will see you guys next time.